I'm Zach. I'm your cult boyfriend, and making sure my mic is working properly. I'm ready to do something fun today, something simple. I've been gone for a while, basically 7 months, and I'm rusty, y'all. And I feel it too. I got to get back into the swing of things. I love talking about teen TV, teen television, coming of age film and shows. I think that a nice thing to do would be to react to a list of the best teen TV dramas of all time. I hope you guys have been okay. I had a lot of mental and physical health struggles that prohibited me from being active on YouTube. But I love doing this. I love talking about what I talk about, and I love, talking about it in the way that I do talk about it. And I missed a lot of you. I missed doing this. So I'm glad to be back. I just can't wait until I feel like I'm back in the saddle, back in the groove, because, man, I don't think I've ever gone this long without making videos regularly. So it might take a minute. This might take a minute for me to get back to good. Matchbox20.mp3. And of course, I'm repping Blair Waldorf today. My favorite character ever. And Gossip Girl is my number one favorite teen drama. It's my favorite work of art ever. That shit belongs in the Louvre. That shit is, the holy gospel, the true testaments. So this list is coming to us from tvline.com. With a name like that, they should know TV. Now, out of these 20, there should be a couple that I have not watched yet. I've covered quite a few on my fucking channel. I don't know how many, but it's probably close to 20, if not slightly over or slightly under. I've covered a lot of teen TV dramas. If I had to come up with my own top 5, number 1 is Gossip Girl, obviously, as I've covered. That's the only one that is set in stone, like won't change. And the other 4 that I'll come up with right now, the placement isn't necessarily fixed, unlike Gossip Girl. But Dawson's Creek, see them right there. Love those guys so much. Skins, UK, Veronica Mars, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, My So-Called Life. I can't just do top 5. There are too many good ones. Yeesh, that would be hard, but we should have fun with this. I hope so. Try not to make this video too long. I'll briefly go into my overall quick thoughts about each show that we pass. I might rage out, I might crash out, or I might be like, I love you, TV Line. Marry me for your good takes. There's nothing like the euphoric feeling of first love and the crushing ache of first heartbreak, which is probably why teen dramas have such a strong hold on viewers. I think there are a lot of reasons why teen dramas have such a strong hold on viewers. The coolest thing about them, like the number one coolest thing to me, is that coming of age television is super unique in that you actually, watch the characters come of age. You grow with them. If you're watching one of these shows when you are an actual teenager, the concept is what makes it so interesting to grow up with is that you actually grow up with the characters, and sometimes you grow through them vicariously, and then at other times in a postmodern way, they grow through you. There are so many reasons why teen TV dramas mean so much to so many people, and I should know firsthand. I've been able to talk to a lot of fans, diehard fans, super fans of these teen television shows, and it's a passion unlike anything I've seen elsewhere. But, a good part of it is because firsts. You always remember your first. And in certain shows like these, Like we all have our own first crush in real life, then our own first TV crush, and then often in our postmodern universe, we, how do I put this? I've said it 1,000 times. See, I'm rusty, but we begin to have cinematic expectations of our own lives. Our life is not a movie, or maybe we begin to have cinematic expectations of our own lives. And sometimes we either feel devastated when they don't live up to the rhythms of cinema, or we feel elated where certain romances or friendships transcend even that. But we do start to think of our lives episodically. And I think we do look back at our lives episodically, as eras, as seasons. At least I do. There's 1,000 reasons why teen TV drama is so good. Once again, I'm going to try to keep this not as long-winded as I normally am. But at 20, we have Glee. Fine, whatever, sure. The first season of Glee, and I'll tell you if I've made videos about them too, so you can like look them up for yourselves. There are playlists all over my channel of in-depth teen television analysis, and Glee is one of the videos I did have. I had a Glee project. The first season, I said in my video even, is one of the most perfectly designed and constructed seasons of television ever. Like, I'm thinking about it, I'm just smiling. The first season, Ryan Murphy, brilliant, fucking brilliant structure, brilliant comedy, brilliant drama, brilliant emotions, but most of all, yeah, brilliant composition, writing. Excellent first season. It's all downhill from there. There are a few great moments, surprisingly great moments, you know, here and there as the show progresses. But overall, I think it's a show with one great season, 3 or 4 excellent scenes spread throughout the rest of the seasons. But yeah, a 20 spot seems fair considering how it was a massive show and a lot of people did like it, and I think it made a lot of changes to the art form, to teen television, and it took it to some new places. But yeah, it would rank near the end of my own tier as well. It's not it's aggravating. 19, The Summer I Turned Pretty. This is on my radar. As you see, this is pretty new, started in 2022. I'm not great with new stuff. I do like to focus on millennial art, obviously, because I'm a millennial, and I'd love to figure out what makes my generation, in my opinion, so uniquely, unbelievably fucked up. Yeah, and I think that by studying the art that informed us when we were coming of age, you can pretty clearly see our hangups and insecurities writ large through people like Blair Waldorf, Chuck Bass, or, you know, Stefan and Damon. You know, I think you can see that stuff pretty easily. But The Summer I Turned Pretty is on my radar. I wouldn't mind covering it. I've heard, just like how it's on this list already, I've heard nothing but great things, or at least very good things. It looks good to me. But I can't speak on it. It's one of the few I haven't seen, but I don't have some sort of aversion to covering it. It looks good. Oh no, I haven't watched this either. All American. Is that? I've never heard of that actually. Is that good? I've never heard of it ever. So this is my first introduction. All American. Pretty Little Liars. What an interesting show. I have a whole project of this, covered it in depth, analyzed it completely. You can find those videos on my channel, just like you can find the Glee videos. Pretty Little Liars is what a fascinating, interesting show. Plays with the frameworks of everything. I'm Arlene King is a showrunner. Really, really interesting decisions, really interesting deconstructions of 1,000 popular B-movie genres. I think my favorite character on it is Jenna. My favorite liars, Spencer Hastings. I think I enjoyed watching it for the most part. It is so aggravating, but I also feel it is deliberately aggravating. I think that it is very good television. But just like Glee, it would also rank pretty low on my list. So far, I agree with this list in the sense that Pretty Little Liars has a lot of problems with it. And unlike Glee having that masterful first season, Pretty Little Liars did not have any season that was masterful from beginning to end. But since it's exploring and investigating all these like pulp genres, B-movie tropes, and storylines, like it shouldn't at the same time, because like it's completely dedicated to extraordinarily intrinsically flawed genres to begin with. So I mean, it is really fun though. Like Glee, I would never revisit. Pretty Little Liars, I can see myself wanting to watch it again eventually. I do like it. I do like it. It's fucking wild. And it is fun seeing how Freeform made a name for itself. And like, this is the show that they use to brand themselves with a new identity. And Pretty Little Liars, I think, is an innovative teen drama. I think it did interesting things, but I think it did an equally large amount of aggravating things as well as interesting ones. But Pretty Little Liars, just look at my face, I'm smiling. So I suppose I have a sensitivity or an affection for it, for sure. 16, Degrassi, The Next Generation. Oh, I have a big video about this. I also have a video about Degrassi Junior High, and Schools Out. Degrassi Schools Out is the brilliant Degrassi thing, the television film. That's the best. That's the best thing that ever came out of Degrassi. The Next Generation, so many problems, so many issues, so so many things fucked up about that show. I don't think it's very good personally, but I think Linda Schuyler is the woman who is the genius behind Degrassi. And I don't have a problem calling her a genius, considering that Degrassi, the kids of Degrassi Street and Degrassi Junior High invented this. Everything we're looking at was invented by Linda Schuyler in Degrassi Junior High, and then kind of revolutionized by the likes of Aaron Spelling and Darren Star in Beverly Hills 90210 later. But Linda Schuyler is very important. We are birthday twins. She's born on my birthday, and I think that since I'm so in love with and devoted to teen dramas, I find it really remarkable and sweet that I'm born on the same day as the woman who inarguably invented the genre, the movement within television. That said, Degrassi, The Next Generation is fucking... it's a trip. It's a trip. Of course it's fun. Of course it means a lot to all of us. The most impressive thing about it is how much of an impression it made on people like me who watched it when we were 13. Watch my video about Degrassi, The Next Generation. I think it's fucking so powerful and also so deeply problematic. But it's fun. It's very fun. To reiterate, Degrassi would belong on a list like this, and I would put like Schools Out on here instead of The Next Generation. Just the TV film. That is a masterpiece of television. So Degrassi does belong here. It's just Next Generation isn't that great. One Tree Hill at 15. Well, that's low. That's too low for comfort. This is easily a top 10 teen drama ever. The first 4 seasons, I believe, are perfectly designed and so powerful. Lucas and Peyton right here. That's the best love story I've ever seen. And Sophia Bush is one of my biggest crushes ever. Come on, 15. First 4 seasons are masterful. I love them. I have a whole video series about One Tree Hill as well. It's one of the first teen dramas that I covered on this channel. The 5th season, I think, is really good too. And then I understand the rest of it is a bit of a fucking convoluted soap opera mess, with some really good moments still going through it. There's still some highlights throughout the rest of the show, but the first 4 seasons, that's the masterpiece. They're the high school years anyway. Those are the teen TV years. I love them so much, but seriously, no spoilers, but Leighton, Lucas and Peyton. There's a kiss that makes me want to cry, and it's the greatest kiss I've ever seen in anywhere, like television, film, real life even. It's the greatest love story ever told, and for that it should get top 10, even if technically, since it was a show comprised of, I believe, 9 seasons, and half the seasons are pretty bad. Even though half of the show is pretty bad, I think it belongs in a top 10 because the first half of that show is unbelievably gorgeous. I love it so much. One of those shows that kept the Wilmington, North Carolina history alive. It's where a lot of these teen dramas are filmed. Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, so many. And they still are today. Like, there's a legacy within Wilmington. I think that's really cool. Oh, fuck you. Sorry. Gossip Girl, 14. TVLine.com has no integrity anymore. Here comes the crash out. Gossip Girl at 14. This is the greatest work of art I've ever seen. Fuck you. This is the ultimate millennial television show. It's also the ultimate transitional show from 2007 to 2012. It's perfect. It's nihilistic. It's postmodern. It's romantic. It's lush. It's vibrant. It's gorgeous. It's multi-layered. It's entirely metaphorical. It's beautiful. It's devious and diabolical. Fuck you, man. Yeah, I have a whole series of Gossip Girl videos. Go watch those because this is upsetting. This is the greatest ensemble in teen television. This and Skins Gen 1, the greatest ensemble in teen television. Created by Stephanie Savage and Josh Schwartz, who made the OC before that. And there are, just like One Tree Hill, the first 2 seasons of the OC are really good, and the other 2 seasons are really lackluster. But that was like the practice lap. That was just a warm-up. Gossip Girl is the masterpiece, and my God, it is brilliant and so inspired, and I think explains so much about your typical millennial anxieties and millennial desires, millennial wants, millennial goals, the fucked up narcissistic millennial mindset. They try to sell the shattered parts. Gossip Girl's number 1. Anyone who disagrees is uncultured, actually. I don't know what to say. I love this television show so much. It's magnificently important to me, so 14. Didn't even break the top 10. That's blasphemy. It's unbelievable. Fuck you, actually. Fuck you. Yeah, The Vampire Diaries is not better than Gossip Girl. And what planet are you from? I enjoy The Vampire Diaries. A lot of cool ideas. Love Kevin Williamson. This is, of course, one of his projects, along with Julie Plec, I believe her name was. Vampire Diaries is really cool. Everyone's just ridiculously hot. It plays into the new vampire aesthetic of that BDSM invested selfishness. I do like The Vampire Diaries. A lot of really fun ideas. A lot of really zany ones. Incredibly postmodern television show, but that's to be expected coming from a showrunner like Kevin Williamson. I think it's pretty good. It's not without its share of aggravations. It's an aggravating show as well, but for the most part, it's entirely enjoyable. And some fascinating things happen in that show, especially to someone like me who overanalyzes everything. There's plenty to overanalyze within The Vampire Diaries, but I think it's totally fucking stupid and preposterous to say that it's better than Gossip Girl. You are high. You are fucking drunk. Did not watch Heartstopper. But this recency bias is bullshit. There's no way it's better than Gossip Girl. I'm gonna try to stop saying that. I'm trying to stop saying after every one that it's not better than Gossip Girl. I've not watched Heartstopper. If you like it, tell me if it's worth analyzing. If there are things to analyze within it or not. I've heard. Well, I feel like I heard a lot about Heartstopper for a month, and then I haven't heard anything since. So, 11 Euphoria. I've not covered Euphoria yet. It's coming up on my list. I'm doing Seventh Heaven next. I'm probably going to make one video about Seventh Heaven, though. Possibly two. Who knows? But Brenda Hampton's Seventh Heaven is my next. It's what I'm currently dialed into. I'm locked in when it comes to Seventh Heaven right now. But then Euphoria is after that. So I honestly can't say how I feel about it being at 11, but there's an impulse that wants me to disagree, even though I don't know anything. So, Sex Education, I think I tried watching it and didn't like it, but I probably half-heartedly attempted it. I didn't watch it. Let me know if it's good. The OC at number 9 and Gossip Girl all the way back at 14. These are all the fuck, like, ugh. First 2 seasons of the OC are excellent. The second season in particular is masterful. Great. Now, does it belong in the top 10? No, I don't think it'd be in my top 10 either. I think it'd be just outside of the top 10. I think it is emblematic. I think it is iconic. And I think there's a lot of good within it. There's also a lot of bad, a lot of, I think, mistakes that both Schwartz and Savage are careful not to repeat during Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl's the masterpiece. The OC is the warm-up. 8 is Dawson's Creek. I'm okay that it's in the top 10. I think it should be higher. It's the show that started it all for me. It's the one that got me obsessed with covering teen dramas. There's so much to Dawson's Creek. There's so much poetry, so much beauty, so much cleverness. There's so much philosophy there. I love it to death. It's incredibly important to me. It holds a very special place in my heart that no other show will probably occupy. Like it's well, I think Gossip Girl and Skins UK, while those are the best teen TV dramas of all time, Dawson's Creek is the most special one to me. And that means something. I love that show so much. Of course, I have videos about Dawson's Creek and the OC. Go check them out. 7 Freaks and Geeks. Get the fuck out of here. I can't compete with these shows. It can't compete with these shows. Talk about an entirely too male-focused one as well. It's good. It is occasionally brilliant. I think there are some very obvious problems with it. I've got a couple of videos about Freaks and Geeks. Go watch those. I won't go into them here. But I think it's very, very good. I absolutely am starting to believe that it's overrated. If we're saying it's better than Dawson's Creek, The OC, Gossip Girl, then it's hella fucking overrated. It's nowhere close to those. Nowhere. Very good, very charming show. But I think people look back way too fondly at this. Honestly, I really do. I can't criticize it too much because it is good. It is a good show. It's just maybe not that good. Maybe not that good. As good as we make it out to be. Like My So-Called Life is another show that only ran for 1 season. And I think both shows ran for an incomplete first season. My So-Called Life is art. My So-Called Life is high fucking art. It's fucking beautiful. And if we compare like barely lived teen TV experiences, the experience you get from something like My So-Called Life triumphs over everything that Freaks and Geeks had to offer. All I'm saying is Freaks and Geeks isn't as good as everyone wants you to believe that it is. But it is still pretty damn good. I get so many spam ads. If these are targeted, what makes you think I want spam? I've never even had it. All my viewers think I'm a real spam fanatic. Party of 5. That's surprising to see, huh? God, I remember when this show was on television. I was a child. Look at Nev Campbell there. Party of 5 at 6 is actually deeply surprising. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I have not watched it in so long. I remember almost nothing about it. But I'm really shocked to see it on here at number 6. I might be pleasantly surprised. Who knows? I don't really know a lot about it. I have for some reason really vivid memories of it being on TV as a kid, though. Maybe it had some intense moments because some of it's like just seared into my brain. Sometimes you find these lists so typical, and Party of 5 is not a typical choice, especially this high up. So, hey, I like being surprised in a good way. Number 5, Beverly Hills 90210. I totally understand why this is high up there. This is like, a Citizen Kane type of show. Completely revolutionized the genre, made it modern, made it challenging, made it confrontational. In a lot of different ways at a lot of different times. It's an excellent example of, Aaron Spelling is really the one who revolutionized it. He wanted to make primetime soap operas, in this case, a primetime teen TV soap opera, which was unheard of before. Of course, you had Degrassi Junior High and Degrassi High, but those were after-school specials. Those were cautionary tales. Those were deeply, at least educational in concept, not so much in execution. Beverly Hills 90210 wasn't really interested in that. It was interested in going far beyond. Probably the two things that moved... fuck, man. I almost have to say something really, really nice about Aaron Spelling. I think that maybe the two most important people for its evolution, so that we can get from point A to point B, is John Hughes with his, of course, his Brat Pack 80s films like Breakfast Club, and even the ones he wrote like Pretty in Pink, which is my favorite Hughes project that he was involved with, is Pretty in Pink. But John Hughes and Aaron Spelling might be the most important people to its evolution. Aaron Spelling, almost like the Thomas Edison of, or the Lumiere of teen TV, because without those, you don't ever get close to Dawson's Creek or Gossip Girl, and something like Skins UK is never even dreamt of. Beverly Hills 90210 is especially significant. This show changed television, and it changed teen TV, so it could be something really special. There's a lot of things that have aged awkwardly about it. Of course, that's to be expected. It was doing so much heavy lifting. I'm surprised that the show didn't throw its back out, doing all the heavy lifting that it was required to do for its own genre. But yeah, it belongs in a place of honor of every list like this. It truly revolutionized the form. Felicity at 4. You are out of control. Someone arrest this man. Arrest this website. Felicity at number 4. So fucking dumb. No spoilers. Not doing spoilers, but it has the worst ending I've ever seen in my entire life. And the stuff before that, while it was entertaining, was nowhere near inspiring or complex. I believe it was created by J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves. Why the hell is Felicity at number 4? What purpose. In the spirit of calling a spade, Carrie Russell's titular co-ed was a stalker, but she was a relatable, sensitive, extremely well-dressed. I'm so upset I can't read anymore. Stalker, who, thanks in large part to Russell's alternately hilarious and moving performance, captured beautifully the exhilaration, confusion, and terror of first love. And yes, we know Felicity was a college set show, but the heroine and her friends were still very much teenagers, making the bumpy transition to young adults. I've covered every season in depth. It is Carrie Russell's excellent in it. So is Scott Speedman for that matter, and Amy Jo Johnson. But this show doesn't belong anywhere near the top 10. It's actually fucking absurd that it's in the top 5. Nowhere near as good as so many other shows that we covered already on this list. There is a charm to Felicity, especially in season 1. It's a really charming show. There's a lot of awesome shit. The last season is one of the most pitiful excuses for television I've ever seen. The finale is broken, and I'm entirely insulted by the show. J.J. Abrams is actually a hack. And nowhere is that more apparent than in the final season of Felicity. And while I appreciated a lot of what came in Felicity seasons 1, 2, and 3, it wasn't really exceptional, but season 1 was a lot of fun, though. It is a legendary show. It should be here. It's like, the most famous thing about Felicity is the haircut, when she cut her hair short, and everyone blamed Carrie Russell cutting her hair short on the show's ratings plummeting. That's actually what's most famous about Felicity is her dramatic haircut. I find it deeply disagreeable that it's at number 4, though. Hey, Veronica Mars, hell fucking yeah! I have 2 Veronica Mars tattoos, ladies and gentlemen. Deeply obsessed. Biggest marshmallow ever. I think it's an excellent millennial show, right? Because I think that in Veronica Mars, it's neo-noir. And noir comes at like very important, very specific times. Of course, it first made itself relevant following World War II. Neo-noir was an established movement following Vietnam, and then neo-noir came back after 9/11, and through Veronica Mars we're kind of dealing with the teen experience as one of surveillance, one of paranoia, one of distrust, one of noir, one of gray area melodrama. And I loved it so much. I think that Veronica Mars is my hero in a lot of ways, and has been for quite some time. I think the show is fascinating. I think its villains can be, once again, no spoilers, but some of them are really disturbing to grapple with in an analytical sense. They're disturbing. I think the show's intensely funny. It is so witty and sharp and artful. It's clever about everything. I think Veronica Mars is a stone cold masterpiece. I love to see it all the way up at number 3. And what's so interesting about it, I think, is how it investigates, informs, relates to millennial trauma, millennial angst, millennial ideas of loss. That millennial preoccupation with self-destruction, with vanity, with deceit, and how the millennial is being invaded upon by all sides. That the teenage millennial experience was an invasive one and was a deeply paranoid one. It was hard-boiled. It was... See, I'm lost, man. That's how you know a show's good, is if you start talking about it, then you just gaze off into the distance with a half grin. It's beautiful. Veronica Mars means so much to me that it is unreal. I love Veronica Mars. Love seeing her at number 3. That's really nice. That is really, really, really nice to see. Go watch my Veronica Mars videos. I give her plenty of flowers in those. 2, My So-Called Life. You won't get an argument out of me. So fun. And Winnie Holtzman is one of my favorite quotes ever. I'm going to paraphrase it. So possibly, AKA butcher it. But she's like, there's something to be said about shows that end like long before their time. And those shows end up staying in a sort of stasis. And I think that's kind of beautiful, especially a coming of age show. These kids are forever in a sort of stasis. They're forever young. I want to be forever young. I think it's really powerful. I think it's beautiful. It was kind of pitched as the anti Beverly Hills 90210. And I think there are like 2 distinct schools of teen TV drama. The ones that are born of 90210, beautiful, flawless people in torrid, tortured romances, or kind of misfits trying to hold on to their identity while tragically becoming conformists, which is what My So-Called Life offered, kind of a misfit, more punk aesthetic. But once again, My So-Called Life wouldn't exist. So like the misfit teen TV drama wouldn't exist without 90210. It wouldn't exist without having something as superficial, front-facing as 90210 to rebel against. It wouldn't exist without it. But My So-Called Life, it's deeply moving. It's deeply beautiful, deeply atmospheric. Even if you put a gun to my head, I would not be able to say anything negative about it. It's really good. Number 1, Buffy. Buffy? If it's not Buffy, we're burning the fucking universe to the ground, right? Like, if it's not Buffy. Buffy's not my number 1, but it's in my top 5, and the concept of Buffy not making a list of 20 is repulsive to me, and I think would warrant arson. And I'm sure you would agree, dear viewer. Cross your fingers, everybody. Let's kind of hope that TV line took their meds when they made this list. Fingers crossed. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There we go. There is a God. There is a heaven. There is purpose and meaning in life. Albert Camus was fucking wrong. Everything makes sense and everything is gorgeous and lush and perfect. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is amazing. Half the shows we talked about here have been rebooted, revived in some way. And Buffy is currently, I think, the reboot is in production, and I'm completely unexcited for that. I don't want that to exist. but this original run, beautiful. Go watch my videos about Buffy. I don't feel like going into it here because there is honestly so much. It's brilliant. I do have another tattoo. It's Buffy. It's Faith. Faith is one of my favorite characters of all time, along with Blair Waldorf and Effie Stoneham from Skins UK. No Skins UK, huh? Well, that's fucking weird. Did it say American on it or something? No. No, it didn't say American. Skins UK should be here. Also, Gilmore Girls. Where are they? Where's the Gilmore Girls? Friday Night Lights. You know, you can argue for Friday Night Lights. It wasn't perfect or anything, but I think it deserves some sort of recognition. What do these comments say? What else? What else am I forgetting? The writer of this article understands that television did not begin in the 1990s, right? What did you want her to put on? Degrassi Junior High? The facts of life. I'm happy. Yeah, fuck 80s. Fuck 80s TV. Roswell. There you go. Lynn, you got some good ideas. Roswell was really good. I understand why it's not here. It's a culty show. It's you still have to be in the know to kind of know about Roswell, but once you do, everyone loves it. My So-Called Life and Degrassi were there. This guy didn't look at the article. But Riverdale, Boy Meets World, no, we're good. Teen Wolf, we're also good. Never mind. Deeply offended that Skins UK isn't here. And yet Euphoria was. Okay. Okay. Summer I Turned Pretty, no Skins. Look at every show that's better than Skins, apparently. Degrassi, The Next Generation, better than Skins. Heartstopper, better than Skins. That's insane, isn't it? Isn't it? And I don't really give a fuck about placements too much, but Gossip Girl at 14, my cheek burns because this feels like a slap in the face. Fuck you. But I don't know. Let me look at my videos real quick. I've done so many of these shows that I kind of forget how many I've done and which, like, exactly which ones I've done. So I have covered Skins, Glee, Beverly Hills 90210, Felicity, Roswell, Teen Wolf, The Vampire Diaries, Friday Night Lights, Pretty Little Liars, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Gossip Girl, Gilmore Girls, Veronica Mars, The OC, One Tree Hill, Dawson's Creek, Freaks and Geeks. Yeah. They got most of them here. And I covered all those shows in their entirety, by the way. Go watch to your heart's content. Fill yourself up with my brilliant insight and wisdom. Friday Night Lights could have been there. That show, that's like the prestige TV show, like before Euphoria. That was the prestige TV show of teen TV. Also, Taylor Kitsch was really attractive, and Minka Kelly was a goddess then. And it was hard hitting. Michael B. Jordan was incredible on that show. I think Friday Night Lights should have been there somewhere. Not in the top 10, but I'm sure we like easily could have traded out. I would gladly trade out Glee for Friday Night Lights. And maybe one of these newer ones that really haven't even finished yet. Some of them, like, they haven't proved that they can stick the landing. You know, maybe we should wait till the show's completely finished before we put them on a list like this. So otherwise, it's unfair. If a show like The Vampire Diaries can be penalized for what it did at the end of season 9, then we shouldn't be praising a show like Heartstopper that only has 2 fucking seasons. Like, of course, 2 seasons isn't hard. You know what's hard? Season fucking 9 and 8. Those are hard. 8 or 7. I don't even remember how many seasons of Vampire Diaries had. The point is, it was a fucking lot. Bonnie Bennett, though, MVP of the entire Vampire Diaries. Loved her to death. Loved her so much. Kat Graham was really good. Okay, well, I had fun. Hopefully some sharp insight sneaked its way into that video. Otherwise, I have fun looking at lists like these. You know, it's fun. It's fun stuff. I'm going to go back to watching Seventh Heaven. Wish me luck. Can't wait to hang out with the Camdens. Yeah, that'll be my next video. Some probably rather lengthy Seventh Heaven analysis video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Zach, and I've missed you all so very much.